Now, one thing to note with this review, because I very quickly wanted this page out so I could review it for you guys tomorrow, we do not have card hover on the deck list like you would normally see on the top deck page. For example, if we click on a deck here, click on Ancient Gear Gladiators, what is this? You get the card hover, you guys could read the cards. I could zoom in more so you guys could see it more clearly. There you go. So we're not gonna have that for this review, very sadly. So please bear with me. I don't have time to put the cards on the screen, but in the future, I will just be able to have card text hover. The Meta Championship Series 5 has finally concluded, and here are the top 32 deck lists. Starting with the website that will be out very soon, we will have a banner that will show any top information that you should definitely check out. Otherwise, it's a featured top article pinned towards the top. We can click on that. And here we go. We have the Meta Championship Series number 5 report by Toasty Killa. Here are the top 16 players and deck lists. The prize support was $4,188 paid out to the players. We had 314 players, Swiss, 1 deck with 5 card side deck. This is the top 32 deck breakdown. We had 7 Gladiators, 5 Saphira, 5 Red-Eye Zombie, 4 Volcanic Snipe Hunter, 3 Hazy Flame, 2 Red-Eye Slash Dragon, 2 Dinos, 2 Endless Trap Hellstall, 1 Firefist Hazy, and 1 Psychic deck. So immediately, I'm wondering, where is the Ancient Gears? So for example, we have an outdated tier list on the site because we're not keeping it up to date yet, but we could look at it and see what's missing. Like I said, where's Ancient Gears? You know, we put Ancient Gears recently to tier 3 after the nerf, and it looks like it was justified. It has not shown up. We also don't see any Dark World. We don't see Evil Dragon and Nanta, and we don't see pure Volcanics on the list. So for high potential decks, we at least saw Dinos, no Mill decks, no Magnet Warriors, no Dark Magician, no Temple Burn, but we did see stall decks. And Gladiator Beasts performed the best. And a big surprise was Saphira Cyber Angels dominating the tournament. I don't think anyone expected that. From the latest box set, it was great to see that Snipe Hunter was being used at 3 as a core card in the Volcanic Snipe Hunter. And then we had 2 Red-Eye Slash Dragons, which the core card was again from the brand new box that just came out right before the MCS. So let's get into these deck lists. Here are the sponsors. All right, here we have first place Willapino, who was paid $1,675. Here we have one of his accomplishments. He is a YCS Anaheim 2016 winner. What is a YCS? It's the biggest official Yu-Gi-Oh event with the real cards that's not nationals or worlds. It's an open event. So here we have a top tier TCG player won the MCS. He did it with Saphira Cyber Angels. Saphira Cyber Angels, this deck looks so clean. Now, he is playing 7 ritual spells with balance. What does that mean when you play 7 ritual spells and with balance? What exactly does balance do? So to check out what balance does real quick, I'm gonna look at an article on the website. So right here, we have an article on balance, new balance, what you should know. So according to this, with 7 spells, you have a 48% chance to open with 1 and a 51% chance to open with 2. So you basically have a 50% chance to open either 1 or 2. And according to this chart, we needed to play at least 6 ritual spells to open a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 2. So if you were to only play 5 ritual spells in this deck, there's a chance that you will open with 0. And what is the chance that we found that to be? You have a 33% chance to open with 0 ritual spells if you decide to play only 5. And the difference between 6 and 7 is massive. With 6 ritual spells, you have a 76% chance to have 1 and a 24% chance to have 2. Where if you just bump up by 1 up to 7, which is what he played, you have about a 50-50 split on having either. So back to the deck, with no Sonic Bird, no way to search for a ritual spell besides an E to 10 or a Petite Angel searching for a Machine Angel ritual, that 50% chance to open an additional ritual spell will be a very welcome draw most of the time. And you have a guaranteed chance of having 1. So Saphira is extremely powerful. Saphira on ritual summon. During the end phase, you can either draw 2, discard 1, or you could discard 1 from your opponent's hand, or you could add a light monster from your graveyard back to your hand. So with Dkayed limited to 1, that is great to add Dkayed from the graveyard back to your hand. And to re-trigger Saphira's effect, what you'll have to do is send a light monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard to trigger it again in the end phase. Now the theme you'll see with all of these Saphira decks is They're playing 3, and they're playing 3 Hymn of Light that comes with the Saphiras. Now, 3 Hymn of Light with the Machine Angel Ritual, that is 4 ritual spells that will protect your monsters from battle or effect destruction. With Super Rush becoming much more popular, these cards are amazing against Super Rush. So players went from not playing Super Rush because of Dkayed sending their monster to the graveyard to now they're going to go back to possibly taking out Super Rush because they have the ritual spells to stop the effect destruction of Super Rush. A very nice deck. In his side deck, he has a Feng Huang in the side deck. That is a tribute monster. On tribute summon, destroy all spell and traps that are set that your opponent controls. 2 enemy controller and a Wall of Disruption. Now, Wall of Disruption and enemy controller are great cards in the mirror match. When you're playing against Saphira Angels, they like to swarm the field. And if you could hit them with a massive Wall of Disruption, that is devastating. The deck is focused around having Hymn of Light or Machine Angel Ritual to protect your big monsters on the field. And because the deck plays very little protection, it's highly susceptible to an enemy controller take. Let's go to second place. Second place was Darking, which we sent $754. He was playing in Japan. He does not even know English. He got third place in the Japan National TCG. He was also playing Saphira. So like I said, Saphira dominated this tournament and not a lot of people expected the deck type. That's what I love about a competitive tournament. An unexpected deck type sweeping the tournament. Now it says his Cyber Angel skill is balanced, but is actually Restart. So he decided to play Restart. He has enemy controller in the main because I'm thinking he was possibly expecting other Saphira players to also do well in the tournament. Now, just to clarify, he did change his skill before the tournament and he did tell the tournament admins, so there was no shady business going on here. Everything was confirmed. Now, looking at his side deck, he is also playing Feng Huang. Very good. And he's playing Gladiator Beast Andal. Why would he be playing that? The reason to play that card is because if you enemy controller take your opponent's Gladiator monster, you could tag it out for an Andal that's in your deck. And the rest of his cards are Double Cyclone, which is destroy your own spell or trap to destroy your opponent's spell or trap. It is quick play. A Fire Formation Gyoku, where you can pin down your opponent's face down card and they cannot flip it up to activate. And a Zing Zenzu, where you target 2 face down cards on the field that are spell or traps, and then after it successfully resolves, they cannot activate those spell or traps. We're seeing a pattern. The deck looks very similar. They're playing back row hate, and he's playing econs in the main for the mirror match. Now we have third place Gladiators, Super Vegito. He did so well. He went undefeated day 1, undefeated all the way up until the top 4. He won $335. A very basic Gladiator balance deck. Love it. A lot of Gladiators were playing Weevil with the Parasite Infestation. But no, Vegito decided to keep it basic and simple and just win just like that. I like that he has the 1 Wall of Disruption just to surprise his opponent, and Wall of Disruption is good against Cyber Angels. Now, enemy controller is great against the mirror match, so while a lot of decks took out enemy controller, Gladiators naturally play enemy controller because it's good in the mirror match, and then it just ends up being good against Cyber Angels. Floodgate is also very good against Cyber Angels. Now, looking at his side deck's interesting. He has Acid Rain. Acid Rain is a normal spell where it destroys all face-up machines on the field. That's very good against Ancient Gears. That's a card that likely is the reason for many Ancient Gears not doing well in the tournament, because they get countered so hard by that one card. Now he has a Foolish Return. That is a quick play spell. Foolish Return can target a card in your opponent's graveyard and shuffle it into their deck, and it's a quick play. So when your opponent is playing Red Eye Zombies, which was the most played deck of the tournament, they will flip up Red Eye Spirit to target their Red Eye Zombie to special summon it, and you could chain Foolish Return to shuffle it into the deck instead, and they do not get to special summon it. Now, Divine Wrath is great against Hazy Flame. Hazy Flame is a huge counter to Gladiators because you cannot target their Hazy Flame monsters with Murmillo. So Karibo, Divine Wrath, both are great against Hazy Flame. Top 4, Taichio, Japan national champion. He flew to America while he was studying in America. He does know English, and he won a YCS while he was here. He is on the same team with Darking. He helped Darking throughout the whole tournament with translations. So it's amazing that they both played Saphira Cyber Angels, an unexpected deck, and they both made it to the top 4. Guys, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It looks like Japan is taking over the MCS. He also told me after the tournament that he's going to bring more Japanese players into the MCS, and I welcome it. So expect the future MCSs to become even more competitive. So very good. The main deck looks standard. In the side deck, he has Green Kappa. Green Kappa is great. You flip it up, it destroys 2 spell or traps. He has a 4-star Ladybug. Flip it up, destroy level 4 monsters. Now he has Zombie World. Zombie World is a field spell that turns all monsters on the field and in the graveyard into zombie type monsters. What this could be good against is good against Hazy Flame. They will not be able to banish their face-up monster with Beast Rising to get that boost because they are now zombie. Also against Red Eye / Dragon, the monster in the graveyard that is a warrior, when he tries to equip that to Red Eye / Dragon, you will not be able to because it is now zombie. Wall of Disruption, very good in the mirror. And Zing Zenzu, good against heavy back row decks. Now you have Andy Singh, YCS Denver 2017 winner. We have so many competitive top tier TCG players in this tournament. We also had Billy Break in this tournament. I am so happy about this, guys. I said so long ago that I want to get to the point with the MCS where I have a ton of top tier TCG players, and I have finally accomplished that goal. Look at the top players here. A lot of them have been destroying and dominating in the TCG, and now they are in Duel Links. They are no stranger to side deck. Now he is playing Snipe Hunter with Volcanic Rocket. As you can see, he's playing the skill Switcheroo. So how this deck works is you summon Volcanic Rocket, you add Blaze Accelerator to your hand. Blaze Accelerator is a continuous spell. You either discard it with Snipe Hunter, or you shuffle it into the deck with Switcheroo, because Switcheroo says you shuffle a card in your hand into the deck, then you draw a card. Or you play it and you discard a Volcanic Shell. You need to discard a 500 attack or lower Pyro type monster to destroy a monster your opponent controls. Now, while Volcanic Shell is in the graveyard, you can pay 500 to search your deck for another Volcanic Shell. So Volcanic Shell and Blaze Accelerator fuel your Snipe Hunter, and what Snipe Hunter does is you discard to target any card on the field, and then you have a 66% chance through a dice roll to destroy that card. Very powerful, very good. Electro to pin the back row. Volcanic Rocket for the Blaze Accelerator search, and Shell combos with Snipe Hunter. Blaze Accelerator combos with Snipe Hunter and Switcheroo, and Shell combos with Snipe Hunter. It all works together. It is a very good control deck. Now let's look at the extra deck. He's playing Zombie World. That is good against Hazy Flame. He is playing Blast Held by Tribute, which is also very good against Hazy Flame. We saw in the tournament, Andy Sang himself completely dominated a Hazy player with Blast Held by Tribute. If you have a Tribute summoned monster and you attack, Blast Held by Tribute will destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls, and then they take 1,000 damage. He's playing 2 Foolish Returns for the Red Eye Zombie matchup. Very good. Now we have 6th place, S. Akuma. Finally, here is the tier 1 deck that we all know and love. He's playing Red Eye Zombies. He is teching a Snipe Hunter in his deck, and he is also playing Skill Successor. Skill Successor is a new trap card from the new set. Your monster gains 400 attack, and while it's in the graveyard, you could banish it, and then your monster gains 800 attack, but only during your turn and not the turn it was sent to the graveyard. So that is a very good card for the mirror match. He has a Snipe Hunter in the side, so he could side into 2. He has 2 Disappears. That's a trap card where, just like Foolish Return, you could chain it to your opponent's Red Eye Spirit to get rid of the Red Eye Zombie, but instead of shuffling into their deck, it banishes Red Eye Zombie. He has Zing Zang Zoo. Very good for locking down 2 cards. Super Rush Headlong, very good against most decks. And if you are playing against Hazy Flame, you're going to want to take out your enemy controllers and put in that Super Rush Headlong. $168. Too much for 20. Here we go. We've been talking about Hazy Flame a lot, and here's the Hazy Flame deck. Hazy Flames, you all know what they do. You cannot target the Hazy Flame monsters. They are playing Soul Exchange, and for the mirror match, they take out Soul Exchange and they put in their side deck cards that do not target. They could put in Super Rush and 2 Hazy Glories, and there you go. Now, 8th place, we have Dennis EG, another Hazy Flame deck. $168. Very good. Looks very standard, just like the other Hazy Flame deck, but instead of Floodgate, he is playing 3 Super Rush Headlong. And the interesting things about his deck is he's playing Zin Zenzu in the main deck. He is also playing an anti-magic arrows. Now on the side deck, he chose to play 2 Karibo, a Foolish Return, a Divine Wrath, and an Ultimate Providence. Divine Wrath is great in the mirror match for him to destroy and negate the opponent's Hazy Flame Sphinx from special summoning monsters. Now we have 9th place, Kaido, MCS 3 champion, $52 with a Red Eye Zombie deck. This is extremely standard. He is playing Straight to the Grave. It works very well with Storm. Basically, with Storm and Straight to the Grave, if your opponent goes first and you go second, you could play Storm, chain enemy controller from your hand, and then what happens is enemy controller will put their monster into defense, and then you're going to destroy 2 of their back rows, a play you could absolutely not do without having Straight to the Grave, the field spell, because you would not be able to play Storm without a card that you could already destroy and then chain enemy controller. That is a huge play to do with this deck. He's playing 2 Cosmic Cyclones for his back row removal. I mean, you are seeing the pattern here. A lot of decks are playing back row removal in their side deck just in case anything crazy pops up. And it looks like everyone has options to take out their enemy controllers if needed, if they are to play against Hazy Flame. 10th place, we have Kazan X. Oh boy, this is a big deck. He's playing Red Eye / Dragon. Red Eye / Dragon is a 2800 attack monster. On attack, you could target a warrior monster in your graveyard to equip to Red Eye / Dragon. It gains 200 attack going up to 3000. And if any card were to target your cards, you could detach the warrior equipped to Red Eye / Dragon to negate that effect. Also, if anything happens to Red Eye / Dragon where it would go to the graveyard, while it has a warrior equipped to this card, it can special summon that warrior. So basically what you do is you equipped Blackluster Soldier, Sacred Soldier, to Red Eye / Dragon. If anything happens, you special summon Blackluster Soldier. He's got 3000 attack, 2500 defense. If he is special summoned while there is an AD changer banished, you could target the AD changer, put it into your graveyard, and then you could banish a card your opponent controls. AD Changer is a warrior type level 1 monster where during your turn you could banish it to change the battle position of any monster on the field. So you could change your opponent's monsters to defense. He's playing 3 King of the Swamp. King of the Swamp can be used as a fusion substitute instead of Red Eyes Black Dragon to summon the Red Eyes / Dragon. Red Eyes / Dragon requires a Red Eyes Black Dragon and a warrior type monster. He is playing Elemental Hero Blazeman. Elemental Hero Blazeman is the warrior type monster, and on summon it could search Polymerization. Now he's playing Heaven and Earth. Heaven and Earth is a trap where you reveal 3 warriors from your deck. One of them have to at least be a Blackluster Soldier for this deck, and your opponent will randomly pick a card. If they pick the card that is Blackluster Soldier is added to your hand, and the rest of the cards are sent to the graveyard. Otherwise, all the cards are sent to the graveyard, and that's how this deck works. He has a Storm. Storm has synergy with the warrior monsters that will equip to Red Eye / Dragon. Very nice. 22 card deck though, I am not a fan of that. If he wants to, he could also go into Sky Galloping Dragon, Meteor Dragon, and the Buster Blader fusion. He's playing 2 Gaias. He's playing 2 Swift Gaias in his side deck with an Amazoness Swordswoman, a double Cyclone, and a Divine Wrath. Now we have Xanthus. Xanthus is playing Ishizu. No Mortal Can Resist. No Mortal Can Resist can be used when your life points are at least 1000 or more less than your opponent's. And what it does is it turns your entire opponent's graveyard into Skull Servants. What is that good against? That is great against Red Eye Zombie Dragon. They will not be able to special summon Red Eye Zombie Dragon if it turns into a Skull Servant. The skill can also be used once per turn. So very nice. Gladiators is so versatile with the skill that they can use. And for example, to show that, let's check out the most popular Gladiator decks of January. Games January decks. We click on Gladiators. Now, this is a lot of decks to go through to see the skill. So instead, you know what? I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to go to stats. On the stats, I'm looking at gladiators and it shows that 53% are using balance, 25% are using mind scan. Now, be mindful that this is the entire month of January where mind scan was not nerfed yet, so a lot of people were playing that. But otherwise, look how versatile. They have so many skill options. One person even played Mighty as Fire. That puts your Lakari up to 2600 attack. I need to test that. Back to the decks. 12th place, Mock Dragon with Hazy Flame. He has one Hazy Flame Raven in the deck. Hazy Flame Raven is 1800 defense. When it is sent to the graveyard, you could search your deck for a fire formation and set it on the field, and that works with his fire formation Gyoku. Fire formation Gyoku, you flip it up, you target your opponent's back row, and they cannot respond to the activation of your card, and then that card is stuck face down. Very interesting tech. I like it. He's playing Wall of Disruption. Wall of Disruption is such a big surprise card. It is a huge upset when you have a big field and swing into it. A lot of people have forgot that the card exists, so now's the perfect time to sneak it back into your deck and no one will expect it. Very nice Hazy Flame deck. 13th place, Stevie, YCS Chicago 2015 winner, another top tier TCG player. I mean, guys, this is confirmation that I did something right with this tournament. He's playing a standard Gladiator Beast deck. It looks very similar to Super Vegito's. Very good. You guys are getting the picture of how to build your deck with whatever deck type you want from these top deck lists. A lot of these decks look extremely similar. Now let's look into the side deck. System Down, that is similar to Acid Rain, which we talked about earlier, but instead of destroying all face-up machine monsters, it will banish them, and it will banish their graveyard at the cost of 1,000 life points. 2 Zingzenzus. Now, what is this trap? That looks like a different dimension ground. What that card does is during this turn, when you flip this card up, any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So when your opponent plays a Red Eyes Insight, banish that Red Eye Zombie instead. When you are fighting against a Red Eye Zombie, you could banish their monster instead of sending it to the graveyard. If you are playing against Cyber Angels and they play a ritual spell, you're gonna banish all those monsters instead of sending them to the graveyard. Very good, very good. Now 14th place, Hudcant with a dinosaur deck. Very nice. Interesting thing about his dinosaur deck is he is not playing Fossil Dig. Fossil Dig searches your deck for a dinosaur monster. He's playing the standard 3 Brachios, 3 Hydrogeddon, 3 Electro. Brachios on summon will put your opponent's monster into face-up defense. It could also be used on your own Electro if it gets floodgated. Your Electro goes face down, now you put it up to face-up defense, and it's back to locking down your opponent's back row. Very good, very standard. Playing 2 Cosmic Cyclones in the main deck. Looking good. Extra deck with the Acid Rain. He's got the Hazy Flame Hate. He's got the Wall of Disruptions, the Zingzenzu. Very nice. 15th place, we have another Red Eye Zombies deck, and he is also playing Snipe Hunter in the main deck. Very interesting that we have the new Volcanic Snipe Hunter deck, and we also have Snipe Hunter being played in the main deck of Red Eye Zombies, just teched right in. Also playing a second Snipe Hunter in the side deck. Very nice, very nice. I like this. Now, even though he's not playing straight down to the grave to combo with Storm, Storm is still good when you have extra insights that cannot be used. Also good with Mirror Wall, combos with Mirror Wall. Works well with Red Eye Spirit. You chain Red Eye Spirit to Storm, you still get to destroy your opponent's back row. Now, a lot of people are playing the Deep-Seated Sword. Deep-Seated Sword, when it is sent to the graveyard, is put on top of your deck, so that prevents you from getting stalled out against the stall deck because they mill you out. So instead, you're going to keep sending it to the graveyard and put it in your deck, and then you're going to keep drawing it. In your end phase, you just keep discarding it. Elvis Be Back, 16th place, another Saphira deck. Looks extremely standard. Now, I've also heard that Elvis Be Back is another YCS champion. We need to update the page with that information. I have Gianna right next to me. Get on that or you're fired. He is playing Bacon Saver. That's a different tech than the other Cyber Angel players. Very interesting. I like it. Bacon Saver, you could use it for tribute for the ritual summon, and then it also protects you from one attack. Very interesting. Fang Huang, it looks like almost all of them are playing Fang Huang, playing 3 enemy controller for the mirror match, and has a deep-seated sword for the stall deck. I love it. I mean, these players, they knew what they were doing. Their side decks are calculated, their decks look great, and a lot of them have dominated the real-life card game. I love it. And that's it for your top 16. Now we have some featured top 32 decks. We have Clashbra, who made it into the top 32 with Psychics. Firm as Earth. What does Firm as Earth do? Firm as Earth is a skill where if you are missing at least 1,000 life points or more, you can activate the skill to summon a field spell. That's right, summon it. And it gives all Earth monsters plus 500 attack. That turns your Psychic Borg into 3,000 attack after banishing 2 monsters. That is massive. Destructotron is at 2,100. Telekinetic Shocker is at 22. You have the Serene Psychic Witch at 1,900. And you have the Power Injector at a healthy 2,300 after the boost effect. Very nice. This is a deck that I wanted to test quickly after the skill changes. Very nice to see they did well with this. His side deck is very anti-backrow, like many people. Looks good, very good. Divine Wrath, and he's playing a Forbidden Chalice. Very interesting. Now, here is another featured deck that thankfully did not make it to the top 16. And you could see why, because a lot of them are playing Deep-Seated Sword. They were ready to counter this, or they were playing Gladiators, where Gladiators will not deck out. Gladiators will continue to recycle Esadari to fusion, and they'll just not deck out. Basically, this deck is so annoying. The only purpose is to stall your opponent out until they surrender out of frustration or they run out of cards in their deck, and in some cases you get off that lucky Lava Golem to finish off their life points. Why is this deck so good? This deck is good because of the Endless Trap Hell skill not doing what the skill text says it does. Basically, Endless Trap Hell was secretly buffed many months ago, maybe 4 or 5 months now, where it says it's supposed to shuffle 1 trap into your hand and 1 trap into your deck. You could only use the skill once per duel, but instead the skill is shuffling your entire graveyard of traps into your deck and 1 of them into your hand. So that is the method they use to not deck out while decking out their opponent. They have the endless monster removal and the traps that they have to deal with, and replenishing their deck almost on the last turn with Endless Trap Hell to keep them in the game. Also, 3K All Day, very similar deck. 3K All Day is known as the creator of this deck type. Apparently, he was the first person to debut it in a competitive tournament. So 3K All Day, thank you for making some of my rounds up to 90 minutes long and sometimes taking the duel to turn 50. What happens at turn 50 is Konami ends the duel in a draw. That's it for your top 32. I am so proud of this MCS. It was the biggest and best one yet. So many top tier TCG players. Such a great tournament. I'm excited for the next one, guys. I love everyone who came to watch or donate or support in any way. Thank you. And if you could not watch, if you just checked out the coverage afterward through the YouTube video or subscribing to watch the VODs are now unlocked. You don't have to be subscribed to watch them. It was such a great tournament. Very happy, no regrets. Thank you everyone who watched. We reached 3,200 live concurrent viewers during this. Absolutely insane. There were so many donations. I love it. Thank you everyone. Dkayed Brigade out.